This video is for those of you who find it really hard to connect with your lower abs, that lower part of your belly. And we're talking about, there's a lot of different abdominal muscles. The ones I'm really talking about are the deeper ones, the transverse abdominis, that run between your two hip bones, horizontally like this. There's also some that run diagonally that come in and help out here too. But it's these low corset-like ones that are definitely in distinct groups. So a lot of us, because of years of cueing belly button to spine, have pretty strong in the middle and maybe have a hard time activating these low ones. And when we do that, it's like squeezing a tube of toothpaste in the middle. It ends up putting a bunch of pressure on our pelvic floor, making things not work in general. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue about one way that you can start to get these lower abs activating. Okay? So first thing is, these lower transverse abdominals, lower abs, are intimately connected with our pelvic floor muscles. I want to give you a bit, here's a pelvis. Okay, the white bits are the bony bits. Down here, these are the bony sits bones that you sit on. If you're in a hard chair, you can feel those two bones underneath you. These are these guys. And the pelvic floor has quite a few muscles. It's not just one muscle, okay? So it's actually, and this is its view from the bottom. So it covers this whole broad area and the sides. And when you go to do a Kegel, a lot of times we're told, to stop the flow of urine, and that's not really a complete way to do a Kegel. You actually want to get that whole broad muscle to contract. And different people have different tendencies in which areas they tend to contract more. So if you tend to have a bit of a lower belly pooch, if you want to get this area, you have a hard time for it to turn on and activate, one way you can do that, if you can't get it just by thinking about those ab muscles and asking them to fire, one way is to think about your pelvic floor. So if you try and contract the front part of your pelvic floor, you will also get these lower abs. Okay, so take a minute. You can rock your pelvis forward and back a little bit. Just get some movement in there. And as you're trying to do this contraction, just with the front, your back will kick in, but I want the front to come first. See, you can also do this tilt with your pelvis to see if it's easier for you to get just the front in any particular position, because I bet you that it will. Okay? So first, to start with your breathing, you want to be inhaling. You want to try and feel your inhale all the way down into your pelvic floor. It's going to expand all the way around your torso, front, back, and sides. So inhale. And just do a couple of those. See if you can keep them nice and soft but long. And coming all the way down to touch your pelvic floor. So it feels like it's spreading a bit, it's lengthening a bit. There's a bit of pressure there. Awesome. Now on your next exhale, see if you can contract the front of your pelvic floor. Yeah, when you do that, notice that feeling of drawing together that you also get in your low abs. If you can't find it, try tilting your pelvis to a different angle. Try again. Make sure you always get your inhale first, because it's going to make it easier to get a contraction, okay? You can always tilt a different spot. Do you notice the difference? Yeah. So, main message, pelvic floor and low abs are very well connected. If you're having a hard time finding these low abs, try and find the front half of your pelvic floor. Remember, it's like half of a diamond, okay? It's a wide muscle area. You're not just trying to stop the flow of urine. You want that whole thing to gather in and lift up. And if you can find that, you'll also find the lower abs. Hope that was helpful. If it was, just give me a little heart or send me a comment because I'd love to hear from you.